Bada bing. Yeah, Murray Chrysler. No one's gonna know at all what we were just talking about. It's fine.
We like it.
If you guys are watching the VOD, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Mary Chrysler. Mercrimus. Yes, it's almost February. D&D night. Is the music very low here?
Do your fans know when your birthday is?
I mean, I don't think I have fans, but probably.
We're your fans.
Maybe.
Oh, guys,
fan.
Rick Orange just started streaming, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go watch that instead.
Did it just tell you?
Great call.
Oh no, I never like notice notifications.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was about to say Twitch is really getting shitty with that. I mean, we can't say that because we're on Twitch right now. I mean, Twitch is great. Twitch is awesome.
We love Twitch.
We love our Overlord Father. Oh my God,
Good step.
Ralph just subscribed for another 4 months. Guys, we're here for D&D again. I'm basically just stalling until Okay. What do professionals usually do when they start? Just remind everybody that we're not gonna be addressing chat real quick and.
I think they all do what Casey just did and in dumb voices shout, "Did we play Dungeons and
Did
Dragons?"
we dragon? Yeah.
That's what professionals actually do.
True. It's true they do.
I mean, does anybody? Nobody. I don't think you guys have anything to plug or announce or anything, do you?
Oh, should we sound check?
Sure, yeah. Let's, I mean, I did the desktop thing, but yeah, let's try it. Let's do it. So, me, sound check right now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that sounds fine. Casey?
Hello, this is Casey.
Yep.
This is my voice.
Let me turn it up a little bit.
See, am I loud enough? Yeah.
I'll turn it up a little bit. Ralph?
Hey,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
this is Ralph.
Good, good,
Hi.
Good. Scott?
Oh hi, I Scott.
Yeah.
Also there.
That's good. That's good. Sean?
Howdy, my name is Sean.
That didn't sound real.
That's a recording.
That is so weird. It's doing it again. This is definitely not on Sean. This can't be on Sean. Everybody else has reached this little yellow line here, and then Sean's sounded louder in Discord, but did not go near that little yellow line. I don't understand you, technology. Why do you do these things? Sport 1809.
Elephants are known for being pretty soft-spoken.
I guess I will be addressing alerts and stuff before we start, because it feels like a dick move to just see that we're not playing the game, we're not doing anything yet. It's just and then be like, no, we're going to ignore that for right now, okay? Professionalism.
Knowing Sport 1809, I bet she would not want to be perceived.
Okay, then never mind. We're not gonna ignore. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that.
Enjoy the Oculus.
I recommend it. You right click on Sean and put him at a full 200%.
He is.
Double check that it didn't change him.
This isn't even my final form.
Oh my god.
Yep, he is. 200%.
I got nothing for you. You're broke.
I mean, oh well.
I removed the fuzz from my microphone. Does that help?
Nope.
It just doesn't like Sean.
It's just, and it's not even like we can't hear you. We can hear you perfectly. It's OBS that's like, I don't like this voice. I don't want to say this voice.
Put the mic in your mouth.
Yeah, if you speak with the mic inside.
I'm holding it like an actual microphone now.
You almost reached the point where everybody else reaches there. So maybe put it in your mouth. Maybe put the mic in your mouth. Yeah, tape it, do the voice box thing. Tape it to yourself. And we'll have...
better?
Oh god, it just reached it. It just reached it, which pisses me off so much. Do we have to do this for OBS to say this is acceptable? Yes. I want that
Yes.
atrocity.
Not like Tom Sean.
Oh boy. Technology, please just let us play Dungeons and Dragons.
Is that what we do here?
This is what we're doing tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'm so torn. Before we start, I want to get a little something off my chest, okay? As you all know, as some of you know, as most of you know, I have a crippling addiction to Stardew Valley. And
Problem.
it is a problem. It is a problem, and I will explain why in just 2 seconds. Because I make myself say, okay, we're gonna play D&D tonight, and then that's all I'm gonna stream tonight. But at 10 o'clock, at like 10:30, when we're done streaming D&D, I always think to myself, I could play Stardew for a few more hours. I could get on here and play Stardew for a few more hours. But that's not what we're doing tonight. Tonight's a D&D stream, and I have to get myself on this schedule.
And then we do second D&D.
Yeah, and then second D&D sometimes. Not this week though. Next week.
No, it's this week.
Is it this week?
It's this week.
Well,
We
shit.
didn't play last
All
week.
right, so I can't play. Guys, I can't play Stardew tonight. I have I have other obligations. We've done.
Solution for you.
What's that?
Create a second save. that
No.
you play off stream,
Oh, that I play off stream.
so that you don't progress without your people, but you can still play.
I never thought of second saves.
I love Stardew.
We're
I didn't
not
know
supposed to
until
enable the
TikTok. Yeah, I know. I didn't know until TikTok that you could talk to the people and form relationships with them.
I'm in my.
I was in it for the farming and the mining, and that was it.
I don't know. So I don't know if you've ever stopped in on one of my Stardew streams. But there's a theme in it. I call it Star Douche Valley because my theme is to date everyone that's single, and so far it's going pretty good. Don't make that. Well, okay. Well, he used the points, so I now have to make the poll. Okay.
Imagine going to a therapist and saying, "Listen, I love farming,
but virtual farming.
Guy's gonna be like, so like cryptocurrency? No. Much less productive.
Okay. It's gonna be a 5-minute poll. You guys, go ahead. I just put it on there.
Yes.
And just one little other thing too, before we start, while we're on the Stardew train, he has a new game coming out, not soon, but he has a new game coming out called Haunted Chocolatiers in the same universe as Stardew.
Interesting.
I joined the beta of one that was supposed to be like Stardew but high fantasy.
Yeah,
And
he
it
was
was
doing like a
bad.
Hogwarts Harry Potter one.
This one was more like D&D races that had like elves and
Ooh.
dwarves and things, and it was not good. I do still have it, so maybe it's better. Maybe there was an update.
Maybe it's better.
I typed no in all caps for that second one, and it did not want it to do it. So I guess. All right. Well.
Is
Here-
it time?
Yeah, it's time, guys. It's time. I want to make an intro. Maybe like a simple little animated intro that I can put over. I'll get AJ to make like a little stinger sound, like a little 5-second long noise. You know, like
Maybe
a guitar riff.
Something like, Wah.
Yeah, something like that. Like a really simple, like not like characters moving or anything, just like shifting around things and stuff. I want to make something like that. Peek behind the curtain. But that's probably not gonna happen for a little while. So, you guys ready to play D&D?
Oh, okay.
Let's play Dungeons and Dragons.
Ready.
I have to get the thing open.
I've noticed it's weirdly hard to like be Grayson while reclined.
He's not a reclined kind of guy.
No, he's not. It's weird.
So, do you guys remember where we left off? I'm not gonna try and be all television etiquette. This is how we usually restart our other games. So this is how it's gonna go for this thing. Do you guys remember how we left off?
Our alleged friends ran away, and now we have a new frenemy in a basement.
Yeah, we're in a dark, scary basement where we just witnessed some crazy shit.
We also have a traumatized teenager.
Oh yeah.
You do. He's early 20s, but yeah, same thing
Oh, we get to keep Gruick.
at our age.
That lady turned out to be Apollo's sister, right?
I mean,
Sorry,
she
that's her name.
she said some stuff that would make you think that, yeah. Or you know what? I'm not sure why I'm dancing around that. She called him brother. He called her sister. Yes. So yes. Yeah, you guys. After dispatching the werewolf that seemed to pop up out of nowhere, along with all the other magical stuff, you guys decided to just kind of take a breather in the tavern. And while you were doing so, kind of, hashing out everything that was going on and what just happened, talking with Apollo and the rest of the group, you guys, sorry, I just heard something in my house. That shouldn't have been making a sound. You got, it's fine, I'm haunted. You guys, heard a noise outside. Something was going on with some kind of object that Arthur, I think, saw coming in. One of the guards was messing with some kind of metallic object. It seemed to have activated and started whirling and whizzing in some kind of laser spinning death machine. Working together to get rid of it, one of the villagers also tried to help, but not so well. It seems he didn't have much control over his new abilities, and as you were talking to him afterwards, it seems that he had even less control than you thought previously. Apollo offered his aid to help him, or just to get rid of everything that was going on with him. And it was his choice to go along with that. You were led down into the basement of where they call their headquarters, and the ritual, the procedure started. It wasn't what you guys expected, though. It seemed a little bit, I think one of you said evil, and in the process, it was interrupted by another group of people who seemed to know this group already. A woman who introduced herself as Artemis went down the stairs and interrupted everything that was going on. In a quick escape, Apollo and Persimmon fell through the floor, and you guys were left standing with everybody else who was standing, everybody else in the room. So you guys stand in this basement alone. Well, alone. There's a bunch of people around, but without the other two. Gruick in hand. Hands in hand. What do you guys do?
Okay. I'm feeling very left out of the loop here. Maybe Artemis wasn't you. Perhaps you could enlighten us a bit on your side of the story here, since they apparently ran away.
It looks like she's kind of going over, as you're like saying this to her, it looks like she's kind of going over the things in the dishes that were being set out, like the chemicals and whatever is in those things. She stops and looks over to you. Oh, yeah, of course. If you could just give me one moment. And she calls over, it looks like she calls over one of the people who came downstairs. One of them is a very large Goliath. It looks like he is dressed in what maybe shouldn't be tight-fitting leathers, but this man is built like a brick house, so anything probably that's, even if it's tailored to him, looks like he will be bursting out of it. As he like makes his way the rest of the way downstairs, he is holding Gruick, like almost prison style, just kind of holding him so he can't really move. You see another person come down the steps, kind of like try to get around the Goliath person. It looks like it is a young man who is actually kind of dressed very studently. Like he has kind of the same way that every anime has like a main character in a uniform, like a school uniform. He's dressed very properly. Like it looks like a suit and tie that was given to him by whatever business he works for, because it's monogrammed. He's got his hair done very nice, very very big spectacles. He goes over to the some of the dishes, and he begins like just kind of ignoring all of you, but he goes over and just starts dipping his fingers in, and it looks like he's wiping them on paper and folding them up, putting them in his pocket. He has little like what are they called, test tubes, and he's putting samples of whatever in test tubes and putting them in his other pocket. Artemis comes over, stops what she's doing over there, comes over to Grayson. Well, we do have a little bit of experience with the two that just left. I'm sorry. You were... I'm caught up in everything.
Sorry, my name's Grayson. Father Grayson Avon.
Grayson, that's right. I do apologize. We didn't actually plan on stopping here. Could you all tell me your connection with this group, please? We just want to make sure that everything's safe here and that we don't have to go any further with what we were doing.
Oh, we just met them yesterday, actually.
Yeah, so, as Edna had said before, our friend Paul, not a fan of the magic he has, thinks a little too much, a lot of bad things happen. Those two said they had a way of helping, so we was trying to help Paul, and they ran away.
I see.
A
Well,
little confused.
Paul, she says, and just kind of like looks in his direction. He's hiding behind everybody else now, trying to get away from whatever the fuck just happened. Paul, if you could, please. And she she motions him to come towards her with her hand out. Paul, he doesn't seem to want to walk towards her at first, and then she kind of just like doesn't talk to any of you directly, but still kind of looking at Paul. Has he exhibited any kind of dangerous symptoms?
Well, from the what he's been telling us, the magic he uses is kind of a little explosive. Volatile's a very good word, thank you.
Can he speak? Is he able to form? And as she says that, yeah, no, I can. I'm not a dog. I can talk. And you don't have to. It's just this, and he points to he motions to the slab he was laying on, and then all this is kind of. I'm sorry.
To add a little additional insight here, was it yesterday already? He attempted either a hold person or something like that yesterday, and it kind of backfired on himself. And it was one of the things that led to this decision of his.
Artemis reaches into her very nice tailor. Actually, Arthur, I'd say make a history check. But she reaches into her nicely tailored coat.
17.
This looks like something that you would have been given. It's like government issued by the Capitol. It is a deep gray, almost black. But it has the on the collar. It's kind of the same as yours. On the collar, it has the emblem of the Capitol, except it's just monotone gray and white. She reaches into her coat and pulls out a small handbook and starts flipping through. All right. It shouldn't be any problems. Paul, see, this is where we have a little bit of an issue. You obviously, I'm just speculating here, but it seems, obviously, that you need a little bit of help. Would you consider this correct? And he kind of like silent for a second. I guess. Yeah, I could use some help with this stuff. Perfectly. That's fine. You see, we weren't planning on coming here. We got a tip from a friend over here, and she motions to the person who came down and has been kind of like going through all the stuff and like taking samples and stuff. However, it does seem that we were needed here, so we're in a bit of a pickle. You see, we need to be somewhere else, and you need to be the opposite direction. This all seems very confusing. How can I put this? Sorry. We are called the Aether Syndicate. We are contractually obliged, if you will, by the capital to... oh, wait. We're still pretty new. I'm sorry. She starts reaching in her coat again, and she pulls out a... looks like just a foldable piece of leather, and she unfolds it, and you can see there's a little, like... It looks like a little bit of a... like a business card size paper, and she just holds it forward, and you can see immediately, Arthur, you recognize it as there is the seal of the capital there, with a nice little shield and an emblem and everything that says the Aether Syndicate on there.
Check for second paper.
I mean, if you want to make an insight check,
No.
or like an Arcana check, but like she holds this forward. I always forget to introduce this. We were on our way, actually, south. You see, we were looking for something else, and my friend here, he picked up a signal, and it turns out it was my brother. So, of course, we had to jump in.
So, what exactly is your task, designation? I'm not sure what that
Well, usually
would be.
Usually we are supposed to remain secretive, but since you all seem to be in the thick of it, as some say, it seems like there's no reason to remain secretive about this with you. Not secretive to the point of tell you and kill you. It's just we like to lay low a little bit because of things like this happening, and you've seen how people. It looks like she looks directly at Arthur. It looks like you. Do you serve in the capital, sir? Are you an officer, general?
Officer. But if you don't mind, what exactly do you guys do? Never heard of your organization, your group.
No, you wouldn't. We were contracted just about a little over a month ago. We specialize in searching, finding, and rehabilitating those who are experiencing hardships with their newfound abilities.
Interesting.
And
It
nothing.
doesn't involve what your brother is doing, correct? To
No.
remove this power?
No, absolutely not. And she looks back at this. I was going to call it a crime scene, but she looks back at the scene behind her that is being inspected. This is archaic. It is unfounded research that I do not recommend. We believe that these are gifts, and that these should be encouraged and nurtured and grown. So we offer that. And we also do not do this by force. We do not take people in. And she looks at Paul. We don't want you to do anything you're not comfortable with, Paul. But we can
Sounds
help.
Lovely.
Rick, look at that Paul. How's he doing? He just had a bunch of chemicals draining through his body.
I'd say you can make an insight check, but you can get a lot from just looking at him from right now.
Make an insight check.
Well, they weren't put on in his body or anything, right? They were in the sensors.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to him.
They were just putting it in cooking stuff up?
It seemed like everything was happening around him.
Okay. 18.
I mean, the obvious things are he looks kind of in shock a little bit, like he seeing everything that's happening right now across from him, like not even 10 feet away, as sometimes this person, this mage-like person who's just going through different things, whenever if they touch something weird, a little bit of like a spark comes out and like they back up, and then they keep taking more samples. He looks a little bit in shock that he was just laying there, but you can see him, you trained the way you are as an officer, you look for little things that could indicate someone's about to make a move, right? His feet are pointed directly at the door. His hands keep fidgeting a little bit, like they're by his side, but he keeps tapping his fingers along his pants, and like the sweat that's been, pouring down his face or pouring down his body from whatever stress is gone. He is kind of just clammy at the moment. He's very pale, so he doesn't look good.
I'll walk over to him, just kind of put my hand on his shoulder, and just
He does a
Thank
little
you.
jump.
you can relax. It's all right.
Uh,
I think these people are here to help.
that's what I thought about the other people.
Well, to be fair, at least this group is, from the capital. They're actually sanctioned and supposed to be doing this thing. They also don't seem like they want to put you on a spooky altar in a basement. So, I'm kind of leaning towards them being the better option here than
I'm
the ones
actually
who left us
wondering if
high
we're
and dry.
hiring.
Same here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
The Goliath who's just holding Gruick, one hand's holding his torso and the other one is like on his muzzle, like just on the front of his face, as Gruick's like thrashing around and trying to, you can see his tongue kind of lashing out of the Goliath's fingers.
Hey, Gruick, if we put you down, will you not run away and bite anyone? Could you be cool?
Make a persuasion check as his feet are just kicking around, his tail's whipping back and forth.
It's actually not terrible. Oh, I'm proficient in persuasion. That's a 22.
Ooh. The Goliath chuckles when you say, "Are you hiring?" And as he does, he like kind of loses a little bit of hold on Gruick and like tightens up a little bit. And when you ask him if he's gonna chill, Gruick like, and you just hear.
Thanks, buddy. I know it's gotta be rough. Your friends left you, but don't worry. You can hang with us.
The Goliath still holding him. Do you think we can put him down? I don't feel like holding him.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good dude. I think maybe I'm sorry to say this, buddy, but I think that maybe they was using him because he's real tough, dude.
The Goliath just kind of like leans over a little bit. Can we put you down? I don't want to hold you anymore. And the Gruick still again. He takes his hand off his face, puts him down, and Gruick like shakes off a little bit. Hey, that was uncalled for. What are you doing? Why you hold? And where everybody go?
So basically, your friend saw his sister here and kind of left you high and dry.
Who's sister?
Apparently this nice lady here is Apollo's sister. Name's Artemis.
And he just walks towards her with his hand out. Okay, you're with us. You're Apollo's sister. Very good. Okay, Paul, table. Artemis very confusingly like puts her hand out to shake. Wait, no, hold on. I don't think he quite understands. He was up there with us. I don't know if anything was happening down here. If someone should explain it to him. Echo, have you found anything yet? The mage person turns around.
Well, it's it doesn't look very good, so I'm gonna just highly recommend that all you just step like 12 steps back, or maybe like 20. Just get out of the room, maybe. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. And he shifts his glasses a little bit. Some of these chemicals are they shouldn't be near you guys. I mean, you shouldn't breathe in the same room when they're there. A lot of these, my allergies are getting really bad. Echo, please, is it safe or not? No, gonna say no. All right, well, if everyone could just upstairs, maybe we can discuss the rest of this upstairs. As you guys are listening to all this group, just kind of, I breathe the chemicals every day. Nothing wrong with. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I got you. People say that about smoking. I've been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah, no, you just, yeah. Speaking of, do you, hi.
Yeah, I got you. I hand him a cigarette.
He takes one. He doesn't wait for a match. You see a little bit of fire like shoot out of his nose. Thank you.
It's my new best friend.
He walks upstairs. The Goliath, like, kind of, like, I held him for what reason now? Kind of look on his face. All right. Do you need me to lift anything out of here or close anything? They seem to have disappeared down that hole. Are we gonna chase after them this time, or I don't see the reason for doing it. No. If we found them once, they'll be doing this again, and hopefully we find them before again anything happened, right, Paul? And Artemis kind of takes Paul's shoulder a little bit and like motions him out of the room. Are you guys following?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you guys leave the basement and into this weird factory setting again, everybody that gets out of there, you see them all now just standing in this line of kind of like, you know, inspectors who, like, they're looking around, and it looks like the Goliath is looking at structural sounds of like all this places, like, none of this should be here. I don't understand why any of this is even under use. And are you living here? Are you living? Is this what happened?
Growick, have you guys been like living here for a while? They were saying this is just your base, right? This is.
Oh no! A few weeks. We were here for days, maybe. I'm not sure. It was Persimmon and Apollo found me 3 weeks ago. And then they brought me here and say we find good people and help them.
Yeah.
We don't sleep here. No, we sleep at the Twin Feather.
Okay. Well, do you know if they have any things left over at the Twin Feather? Like, did you guys leave stuff in your rooms?
No, we don't. We have pockets. My vest has a couple pockets. My pants has pockets. Their stuff has pockets. They keep their gold on them. That's about it.
I'm with you there. I basically everything I own that isn't back home is in this backpack. So that's a good plan.
Why? Where have they gone?
Well, okay. This is gonna be a little hard for you to hear, buddy. So, from what I'm gathering, Apollo and Persimmon haven't exactly been doing the nicest of things, and when his sister showed up here, he ran away and abandoned Paul and you through a secret door in the basement with Persimmon.
No. I don't. No, we help. We have been doing the helping for many people.
I'm sure that's what they said, but this man who looks very intelligent, you look like a very smart young man, is saying that these chemicals in the basement could really hurt, people not as tough as you.
They do. All of these things are very volatile chemicals and compounds. They really shouldn't have been put near humans or really anyone. Maybe only dwarves could. I've seen a few dwarven bodies who could retain some stuff, but again, they're all just corpses. I haven't found sorry, I'm rambling again.
What this nerd is what called? No, student. Sorry. What he say?
Not really any changeable words, but yeah.
That's just rude.
What he say just now?
Basically, like, the chemicals this are like poison for most people.
But they never hurt me. I drink one time. It
As he says that, Echo like, oh, you've drunk one. Can I have a little bit of your? Can I have a scale or just a blood sample, maybe?
and he gets a little bit closer. Yeah.
We're not all as strong as you see.
No, I know. I'm very strong. I'm stronger than this one over here. And he motions at the Goliath, who just like.
Anyway, like I was saying, we didn't intend on coming here, so, if you all could just give me a moment, please. And she calls her two other friends over. They kind of like do a little bit of a huddle, and Gruick just casually walks over to you with cigarette in mouth. So, who are they? Are they nice people?
They seem like they seem nice enough. From what I understand, they're trying to teach people who have magic that's dangerous how to like not hurt themselves and others.
Oh no, that's dangerous. No, we cannot have. We should probably kill them, right? We should kill the. They want to get people more magic. We get rid of them.
No. See, here's the thing. I mean, look, I don't love calling it magic, but I did that thing yesterday, right, with the string trick, and I fixed all the things wrong with you, right?
Oh yeah, that was strange. Yeah, that magic. You say that you have a little control.
Exactly, but there's some people, you know, who they're not so lucky, like Paul. Is Paul a bad guy? Has he done anything?
No, Paul, you're a very fine young man. Paul, are you feeling okay now that you have no more magic? He has no more magic, right? And Paul's just like,
We were not able to finish the procedure. No.
Are you sure?
oh,
Oh, no. I'm pretty sure we were interrupted, right? They still had some things in their hands.
right. Okay. Well, Paul, come on downstairs. We finish everything. It's fine. And just at that point, Artemis turns back around.
If we could just please not go back down there. I have a proposition. We have a proposition for you all. You all seem very capable. How would you like to do us a grand favor? Just a very simple favor.
I'm interested.
What was your name again, sir?
And she looks at Gruick. You can call me a Sir Gruick, knighted in the north. She just.
All right, sir. Gruick, could you... We would like to ask you some questions about my brother and his friend. I haven't met her. And yourself. We would like to ask you some questions about yourself too. The only problem is we needed to go south for a very urgent business. But our business, our headquarters is in the capital. Is there any way you would comply with going with these? Would you all escort him to the capital for us? I'm not sure if that's putting any of you out. If you needed to go anywhere else, if your home's here, I'm not sure. You don't have to, but it would be a splendid help.
I mean, I personally have to go to the capital regardless. It's why I left home.
I was on my way there as well. Yes.
Honestly, I have nowhere else to go, so I guess I can head back.
This might be a great opportunity. I'll help.
That seems.
I'm also very interested in your order. If we could talk about that later.
Oh, absolutely. This seems almost serendipitous that you all would need to go to the capital. Anyway, if you could just take him to the address on. Wait, where is it? And she starts like reaching around in her jacket again. Ah, right here. She gives you a kind of like a pamphlet-sized card, almost like a flyer. Sorry, that's the most recent correspondence that we have. It's the only thing I have with the address on it. It's not. No, don't worry. It's not highly secretive. I'm not going to have to wipe your memory or anything. It's old. It's no longer used, but the address is current. If you could just take him to that address, and Gruick, sorry, sir, your compliance is very much appreciated, as long as you don't act out in any way. You're not under arrest. I do want to heavily state that you are not under arrest, and neither any of you. You're not being conscripted into anything. You're just doing a favor, and you also, Gruick, are doing a favor for me by showing up there. Is that understood?
I mean, Gruick, Ball, do you guys feel like going on a road trip? Does that sound like a fun thing to you? I mean, you might get some help there, Paul. Learn how to magic better. Gruick. It's a long road to the capital. We'll probably fight something cool.
Paul, for like the first time in this conversation, kind of, I don't know if traveling is the best for me. Maybe if I staying here, possibly, if I could just, I don't know if being on the road is great.
We got your back. Trust us. We can help.
I mean, I'm not going to force you to do it. Like, if you want to just go back home or something, you can. But if you want to go to the capital and try and figure this out, it's better to grow with a group of people. We could, honestly, there's so many of us, we could probably get a cot.
Sorry, I'm just gonna say, did you say cot or cart? Because the accent, the Brooklyn accent.
Cart.
Yeah. He stays silent for like a good moment or two, and he's, I don't know. Do you think it would be safe for me to be in a big, heavy city, a heavy populated city?
On the way there, I can try and teach you what I know and show you some things. Maybe it'll help you harness a little bit. If you're interested, that is.
Paul, if you'd like, we could give you room and board. We could put you up. We have all the amenities you'd need to stay at the capital with us. It'd be like a second chance for you. You could do so much good if you just tried. I'd actually say everybody could either make a group or one person with advantage persuasion check.
Ooh. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
What do you think?
I
Should we
think
do our
we should
first
do-
group roll?
Yeah, that sounds good.
First group roll?
First group roll.
First group roll.
Group roll.
14.
I also got 14.
Oh,
I got a big fat 8.
it's not bad.
Ooh. I'm at 11, just over.
Okay. Let's see where he sits on this. As you guys are kind of like trying to coax him into coming with you, it looks like he's not paying attention to a lot of it. He's like looking back and forth. His eyes aren't on this conversation. They're like kind of just in his own head. You know what? We can try. Yes, as long as it's not that, as long as it's not what just happened, I'm up for it.
That's the spirit.
It is the spirit. I'd also like to add that learning magic could help you find your father. There are spells and things to help you locate a person.
What do you mean like track him down?
did say he disappeared, right? You cut out there.
My mic just got muted. Did I press the button again? I probably pressed the button again. He looks a little bit introspective and says, "Okay, yeah, yes, yeah. I think this could be good. How did you guys get here?" And he looks at the other group. Artemis looks like she's going through that book of hers again. Closes it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, about that. This is where I feel a little bit bad about what I asked. We have to go south. We can't give you all a ride. But in the future, if you'd like a ride back to here, once we meet back up again, you're more than welcome to share our vehicles. And she starts walking, like her and the group start walking out of this place, and you can see through like the broken windows and everything, there is some kind of structure or vehicle parked just outside this building. It is pretty large and comes up to like about halfway above the second level windows. As they start walking out.
That's a strange cut.
You guys ready for a crunch?
It muted it again.
Oh, son of a bitch, Discord.
No crunch for us.
One day we're gonna get you guys a crunch.
The last time I was in one of those, it did not go very well.
Wait, what? What happened?
It stalled out and it was sparking, and I think the windows might have cracked. I made it home safely, but I am not fond of all this newer technology. Give me an old-fashioned cart and some horses.
As you guys make your way out of the building, you actually see that, as you're saying that, Edna, it doesn't actually match, like now that you can see this thing, it doesn't actually match what you were in before at all. From the inside looking out, it kind of did. It looked like a weird, one of those weird inventions that just popped up like 20 years ago, right? However, when you get outside, this thing looks like some kind of, it is metal and it is metallic, but it looks like some kind of oddly shaped snail creature. This whole thing is like, it's curved metal that goes into like this weird nautilus shell type thing, but it's metal plating all around. It looks like it's been riveted to a very nice precision. Like it doesn't look slapstick or slapstick. It doesn't look slapped together or steampunky at all. It looks very well made. There are offshoots that look like it's at first kind of look like turrets or some kind of shooting something. But when your eye follows it, because your eye immediately goes to this thing, when your eyes follow it, they are actually looks like I'm not sure what the term for it is, but they are poles that are leading to some kind of creature that is standing. Everybody make nature checks. This creature looks pretty hefty.
Nature's
17.
14.
12.
Okay.
19.
Okay, I'd say all of you recognize this thing, or all of you recognize what this thing reminds you of. It looks like some kind of either hippogriff or a griffin of some kind. It definitely looks like it's bird-like with, quadrupedal features. But this thing is huge. Like you've seen, like think Buckbeak, but if Buckbeak were about 3 or 4 times the size and hulking. You know how like when pit bulls get a little bit too muscly? It's kind of like that, and the wings are huge on it. This thing, it looks like it looks like a danger bird. but you're led outside. Well, not led outside. You walk outside with the rest of these people. Who the Goliath begins to climb up. Oh, my alarm's going off. The Goliath begins to climb up onto this machine, and it looks like he disappears into one of the folds of the Nautilus kind of thing. But you actually see one of the metal pieces like swing open. He goes inside. You see Echo, the mage person, go inside behind him, and before stepping up the little bit of steps to get up to there, Artemis looks back. So, you are more than welcome to hop a ride back here when we get back to the capital. But we cannot offer you a ride to the capital. I'm very sorry. You might have to find your own way. If that's okay with all of you.
We thought we were gonna have to find our own way before, so nothing's really changed except the company.
Well, I do very much appreciate everything that you are about to do for us. This should be just an easy, you drop him off at the headquarters and you either wait for us or you continue on with your lives. Should be. I don't know what I don't know what you all get into in your spare time. So, who knows?
Could I real quick just like do a look around and see if there's any signs of like Apollo or Persimmon just hiding around outside?
Yeah,
Pulling out behind a tree.
yeah, I'd say you can make a perception check.
We don't talk about Apollo.
No. 16.
No. Like this factory, I guess, this old abandoned building is situated on the top of a little bit of a hill. So you can see the trail from this building leads down a little bit, and it goes down into like the road proper. And you can see what looks like it kind of looks like a sewer outlet a little bit farther down is open, and you do see it looks like the mud around there has been disturbed. It doesn't look like it's been very well hidden, this escape route, but it does look like there's a very obvious escape route outside of here.
Okay. That's all.
Okay.
To see if I can see him around.
Artemis takes a few steps upwards into this construction, holds onto the bar, and kind of like starts walking into the object, and she turns to all of you one more time. Well, good luck. Thank you for doing this. We will see you in a few days. Well, a few days for us. We may be at the capital before you even get there. Who knows? But thank you again.
Rick, before she leaves,
Yeah.
can I, hey, Artemis, can I ask you something real quick?
Sure.
As a favor. On your travels, if you see a woman named Sarah, kind of chest level, dark hair, and a little girl, short dark hair, can you just let them know I'm looking for them?
It looks like she still holding onto one of the bars. She takes the book out that she had, and like with a flick of her wrist, the book, you can see a little bit of a gust around the bottom of it. The book just starts to hover, and she takes a quill out and starts writing stuff down, and then puts the quill back into her jacket, closes the book up, puts it back into her jacket. You have my word.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
She turns into... Well, she doesn't turn into the machine. She morphs into the machine. She goes into this construct, closes the door, and you feel the most intense gust of wind coming from the bottom of this thing, as you hear like a roaring sound. It then begins to lift off, and as it begins to hover, you see this creature start to tug on it, and the wings begin to beat, and you can see it like kind of clawing into the ground, and then as it's in the air with the wings are beating, it starts to pull it slowly off. Pull it slowly away. There we go. as the
Just as Aether Syndicate roll out.
yeah, as it disappears over the tops of the trees and into the horizon.
This has been a very strange day. I'm gonna be very honest with all of you. I think I kind of want to just leave this town, like maybe today, or like within the hour. Paul, do you need to get anything from home, like some clothes, personal effects, anything you need? Do you want
I could
to take a run back there?
I could fill a bag with some stuff. Sure. Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that. He kind of seems in shock, like a very obvious in shock kind of person. And without even like saying I'll be right back or anything, he just starts walking back towards town. At this point, Gruick throws the cigarette butt on the ground. So what did she say?
Me, you, Paul, Edna, Arthur, and Zabun. We're gonna take a road trip to the capital.
We go to the Why are we going to the I don't need to go to the capital.
Well, I mean,
So actually, it's a pretty long trip, and we're a little bit scared of bandits and monsters. We were hoping that you would escort us.
Make
I would be happy to pay you for your service.
Yeah, wouldn't mind having a little more muscle around.
is this a deception or persuasion check?
yes.
Yes, this is a yesent kind of thing here.
I'm asking for his service, and I'd like to pay him.
All right, so that I'd say if you truly intend to pay him,
I do.
I'd say make a persuasion check.
Okay. It rolled underneath of something. Hold on. Okay. 17.
Ooh.
You see him kind of like kicking the dirt around a little bit. No, I understand it. The bandits, the boogeymans. Yeah. You need a little help, right? The puny one, the gray skin, he left. So obviously scared of a challenge, right? So yeah, no. What is your price? How many? Where we go to capital?
Yes.
Right, yeah, no. How much you pay?
How does 1 gold piece sound?
I could do it for 1 gold piece. Yeah. I take you to the cap. I take everyone to the capital.
Oh, thank you so much.
We-
I look at I look at Grayson and I wink.
Like, Grayson just like nods back.
Do you do that stealthily?
Yeah, I turn my head so that the back of my head is towards Gruick.
Okay.
Wink.
Brooke, do you need to get like anything before we get going?
No, pockets are full. Maybe drink before we go.
That's not a bad plan. I think maybe we should try and get a cart because there's like a lot of us. That might be a little more efficient.
Oh, you
pitch in
want
a little bit.
you want moving? You want a carriage?
Yeah, I was thinking that might be useful. I don't know. Do you guys want to just hoof it? That's what I've been doing.
We had cart. We put in the abandoned. What is it? The place where horses go.
Barn.
Yeah, we put it there. It broken. Beyond repair. This town no have other carts for sale. They say you can store it here until you fix, and then we don't get chance to fix. So.
I mean, like how broken are we talking?
Oh, he's missing 3 of the 4 wheels intended for driving it.
That's pretty broken.
Yeah. Yes.
It's broken, yes.
Is that even possible?
Oh, when you fight the things with the tentacles, like I was talking about, they'd like to rip things off of things.
Forgot about the tentacles.
You won't forget about it when you see.
All right. Well, I guess we're walking.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wait here because we didn't really get to tell Paul a place to reconvene.
That's true. Yes.
Should we go with Paul? Do you think?
Is he still visible?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
be
still
honest.
see him?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the entire town from here. It looks like he's just kind of still walking toward town.
I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I think the kid has had a rough couple days and probably needs a beat to himself before he sets off on a week of travel with a bunch of strangers who just convinced him to uproot his entire life to learn how to control a thing he's not a fan of having.
I could see that.
Fair enough.
So we leave soon?
Yeah, basically when Paul gets back.
All right, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to. Should we go get a drink first and then go, or should we go? We just wait for him and then we go. I kind of want.
There are windows from the in the bar, right? Like we can look outside.
Oh yeah, you can see all around.
Yeah, we'll just get a seat by the table. Let's go get drunk.
All right, yes,
Well,
it,
not
good.
drunk. Get day drunk is not a good idea before the throw. That was the wrong thing. That's what I would do. if we
You
were-
suggest I already admit to, yeah, I accepted this. And he just starts walking.
All right. I just gotta like point around and I'm like, Zaboon, I'm gonna put you in charge of making sure me and Brewer can still walk.
I think I can handle it.
Fun trip.
If there's anything else you guys wanted to do before that,
No.
you all make your way back into town to the Twin Feather Lodge, where you are served whatever drink that you ask for. You chill for a little while. Yeah, just constant pints. Or if you don't like the ale, she knows how to make some mixed drinks. It's fun times all around.
Water for Edna.
Just some hot water all around.
Let me get hot water straight.
Clean. Or hot water on the rocks. That's how I like it. Just room temperature water. After about 20 or 30 minutes, you actually see Paul with a sling over his shoulder. It looks like he has just a couple of things in the bag, and he is walking toward the inn. You see him walk through the door and just kind of take a few steps in, look around, and walk over to you guys. I think I'm ready. I emptied all my drawers. I have everything. Are you guys okay to travel? And you see Gruick like... So then, at one point, the thing with the tentacles has me wrapped around, and I say, no, stop. And I am biting, right? And I can't stop biting. And it tastes...
Wait. Is this before or after it picked up the cart?
It took the cart's wheels right off, man. I'm telling you. It just come off.
So wait, did the tentacles have wheels now?
No, the tentacles don't. They can't drive. They don't have what do you say, license. Oh, hi, Paul.
It'll be okay once they walk it off.
Paul just gives you a little bit of a nod, like a yeah, okay, and then just walks outside. All right, here we go. You guys are ready to go on adventure, yeah?
Yeah, don't worry. I gotta clean up the tab first, and I just put like 4 gold down on the bar, and with my mug in hand.
Oh, right, yeah, no, we made the miss. He starts like patting down his pockets, and you see him actually pull out a platinum piece and just put it on the table. All right, well, here we go.
And I take my mug with me.
So does he.
Well, for platinum piece, he deserves it. Out the door.
You guys head out the door and head out into the wide open world, leaving.
Trail we plays.
And so did they walk, and so did Rick. Explain them walking. You guys head out. Some of you leaving this town. It seems a little bit, like when you go on a road trip, right? You get that little bit of sense, like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and then you remember the reason that you're doing it. But you leave. It's a little past noon at this point. Good.
I should also mention that Edna did end up copying that map, whether it was the night before bed or this morning or something. The one
Okay.
that was on the wall.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you know exactly where you're going.
Good.
You guys head out into the open wilderness. It's about, I was gonna say it's high noon, but it is high noon. The clouds in the sky are very sparse. It doesn't look like any kind of bad weather's gonna happen. It's a very nice day. You can smell the blooming of the flowers that are all around you in every part of the field. And the farther away from the town you get, the more farmland you actually get into, and you can see like scarecrows popping out of a lot of the crops, and you can see a lot of, it looks like just little flocks of birds are landing in different portions, and it's a very peaceful walk down these dirt roads. I'm gonna say Edna with advantage, or somebody else, or like just two people. I'd say make survival checks. Or
I can take it if you guys want.
or Edna with advantage with somebody else, and it'll be kind of a group thing.
I can take it with advantage too.
You guys go ahead, or someone.
Just because of the map.
Oh, okay. Well, mine is a 17,
Ooh.
and since it was with advantage, so the first one was a 1.
Oh.
Good thing I copied the map.
How'd you do, Zaboom?
I got an 18.
Oh, snap.
Perfect. You guys, you feel like you kind of know where you're going, right? Like you have the map. You're comparing different kinds of landmarks, and the mountain range continues on over here, so we should still go over here. The road kind of forks off a couple of times as you go. But you know which road to go down because of the ones that the map is very much helping you. At this point, you've been on the road for about maybe 3 or 4 hours. Everyone make perception checks.
Oh, snap.
16.
13.
23.
Jesus.
16. Oh,
13.
all of you. All of you see as you, like, about the hour 3 or 4 mark, right? You guys are just walking down this dirt path. Sometimes it's cobble, sometimes it's not. It does look like it's been traveled a lot, and it does look like that these portions of it between between the two establishments are a little bit less taken care of. The stone walls that surround this road are kind of breaking down at this point. It doesn't look like nobody's here to really maintain it. But about 50 or 60 feet off the road, you actually see a small encampment. It looks like it looks like there are actually chairs there. Not like stumps or anything set up. It looks like there are small stools set up around a campfire. Maybe 5 or 6 stools set up around a campfire, and it looks like a small tent. One small tent, like a 2-person sized tent, is sat there. And the most obvious thing that you see is the campfire looks like it was either just recently put out or is being put out now with the smoke that's coming off of it.
That's weird. That's a weird time to be camping. It's like the middle of the day.
Perhaps they were making lunch.
I mean, I guess so, but why are they going and... Are they there? Can I see no one?
With your, what was it, 23?
Yeah.
You don't see any movement.
Are they like hiding from us? Are we scared?
Scared them off.
Excuse me, hello. Like how far is it? Like 60 feet? Or
Yeah,
something?
it's not far.
Yeah, I should call out. Are you guys all right over there? Like, is there a reason you're like hiding? Is there something I should know about that's on the road up ahead or something? What's going on?
You don't see anything. You don't hear anything back.
All right, you Dawn bless you and all that. We're gonna just
Yeah, I say we
keep
ignore it.
along.
Okay, you guys continue on the way you were going. The hell?
Is there signs of an obvious struggle from where we are?
What was your
Like
perception?
an animal tore through? 13.
You don't see anything like that.
Okay.
I guess as we continue to walk.
Yeah,
we'll
if
keep
there's
an eye
no
out.
like no obvious signs
Yeah.
like an animal tearing through there or something, then
Yeah, you guys continue on in the direction that you were going. As you do, the hours pass by pretty uneventfully. This is a main road. Actually, oh my God, wait. The Pavillo Road. I forgot I named these things. So you guys are now headed from Crowsbeak to Levasis. The road is very calm and nothing really seems to be happening for like the majority of your first travels. The sun has begun to set, and you're not sure how close you are to the next town, but you do know that it is probably about 8 p.m., 9 p.m. at this point. And you're all feeling pretty tired from walking.
Next time.
You can
Yeah,
push
I'm
on.
not thinking so.
it might be
Yeah.
about that time.
It's just we make camp, rest up, and wake up early and continue our journey.
Yeah, does anybody have like a preferred like watch order? Like, does anybody really like to get up early? Are you a toss and turn kind of person? You kind of like that middle watch? Is anybody like that? I read
I
a book
tend-
about traveling before I left.
I tend to wake up pretty early.
I can take whatever watch you need.
Same here. I'll do whatever's good for the group.
All right, well, I'll take first watch because, I mean, I'll be honest, I like to sit up and read a bit.
So you guys go. What's the camp situation? You go far off to the road. You go near the road. What's going on?
I'll try to find a nice clearing off the side of the road, I guess.
Gruick, as you guys are mentioning making camp, Gruick starts like looking around the area that you chose. No, right. This is good. I can make fine nest here. You all good for watch for just a moment?
Yep.
I believe so.
Help?
It's okay. No, it's fine. I my nightly ritual, if you will. He looks like he goes off a little bit, like maybe 20 or so feet away from you guys, and he starts like almost like a cat, like just starts stomping the ground a little bit, and then you see him. A little bit of fire breath like shoots out under the ground, and you can see him burning a little bit. And he starts stomping a little bit more, and then you see him like kicking back dirt and grass a little bit, and it's almost like watching a dog try and dig around into the ground until he starts like shifting him down like crisscross applesauce into the ground, and then he starts like shifting his shoulders and elbows in there, and you see him kind of curl up into a little ball.
He's toothless.
Kind of, yeah. This will do very nicely, and his tail kind of just like wraps around his face.
So over near him is where I'll set up my own, not like too close to him, but near that area.
Right up next to him, just right.
Set up a little cot or bedroll, whatever I have.
All right. I think Grayson said first watch.
Yep.
Do we need a campfire? I can light one really quickly. cold is it?
It's
That's a good question.
It's not too cold. It's middle of summer, so so the heat during the day, obviously, you kind of welcome the the nighttime coolness.
Okay, so more like a little cook fire would be appropriate.
Yeah, so, do you need wood to prestidige a little campfire?
I never thought of that.
instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. I would assume there needs to be wood. for the
Yeah,
catch on it,
probably needs
right?
to exist, right? It needs to exist first.
So I'll walk around and gather some sticks and small logs.
Okay. This whole time, Paul is he's not out of it, like he's not, disassociative. He's just kind of in a very chill state of mind, it looks like. Do you need me to
One's a-
stay up with you?
No, sweetie, you're fine.
I mean, you can if you want to. I don't hate company, but it's really up to you.
I think I could get some rest then. Just not near him. And he looks over to the kind of now smoldering little mound of smoke and like it looks like there are little embers around Kruig.
Yeah, it feels like a fire hazard waiting to happen.
Paul kind of just throws out his bedroll, lays down, and whoever is staying up, if it's not just Grayson, but whoever's staying up, make perception checks. For
Natural
first watch. Oh my god, natural 20 on first watch.
25.
Grayson,
Yeah.
the most of your watch, the first 2 hours of it, very uneventful, kind of boring. Everyone's still kind of falling asleep. There's a little bit of chatter going back and forth. The sun is now like completely set at this point. You're just sitting, waiting for anything to happen, right?
Yeah, if there's like a stump or anything, I'm just like back up against it, and I've got my pipe going instead of just like my cigarettes for a change. 'Cause
Okay.
It's like evening time.
Full Gandalf, right? Gotcha.
Yep.
You do like constantly the entire time. You do hear little skitters and branch breakings and stuff like that. But if you just watch for a second, you can see like a small rabbit or a little like a shrew comes out. It's mostly just it is summer and you're in a meadow, so it's obviously what you would see, right? Especially being at the base of a mountain range, animals from the mountain range often make their way down. But then you start to hear kind of grunts and growls, and your first thought is, it doesn't sound like something small. That doesn't sound like, like a small pig or a boar. That's kind of big. And the branch breakings that you hear from the little bit of forest that you can see at the base of this mountain are thick branches. They're not small ones that are on the ground. And then you start to see silhouetted movement from the trees in the middle of the forest. And you see emerge from the forest what actually I think everybody would understand what an owlbear is in this world. So you don't have to make any kind of check. You just see an owlbear make their way out of the forest. And then you see a smaller owlbear make their way out behind it. And then another one. It looks over and catches a glimpse of you. And then you see it, like, it looks like it just kind of nudges its two cubs and they begin to walk in front of it. And you actually notice when it starts to walk behind its cubs, it looks like it has a limp. But it looks like it's making its way away from you.
Make sure everybody's like kind of good. And I'm gonna just kind of. How far away from me is it?
It's actually pretty close. It's like 70 feet away from you guys.
I'm gonna carefully walk about like 10 feet closer.
It looks behind it. Like, it doesn't, like, it's not like completely away from you. It just kind of looks over to the side and you can see that it definitely notices you. But it now it's walking with its cubs, not taking its eye off you as it's just kind of limping away.
Could I just want to like see if I can like see its wound from here. Like, does it look weird in any way? Like, does it look like it's naturally hurt or like a trap?
I'd
or,
say
like,
you could either make a perception check with advantage or just a straight medicine check. Your choice.
I'm gonna try a medicine check because I feel like that's a little more appropriate.
Okay.
Holy shit! This die tonight. It's a 19 for 25.
Ooh. At first, when you look at, you can see that its front paw, like its front arm, almost entirely. There is like it looks like a little bit of blood on the front arm, but that's not the arm that's limping from. It looks like there's a gash across the front of it, and you can see a little bit of blood around its neck too. But the front end isn't what it's limping from. You can see the back leg, which you thought just the pattern of this thing, just the feather pattern on this owlbear, was like, you know, white on top and then it becomes black at the bottom. Common feather pattern for owlbears. Except when it begins to turn a little bit, you actually see the entire thing, as well as its cubs, is like a pale white, almost like a cream color, but its right leg is completely blackened, and it looks like that's what it's limping from. It doesn't, but the thing is, when you've seen people burned before, it doesn't look burnt. The feathers are still there. The feathers are just black.
That's weird. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you none. But that looks real bad, and I know you're like a big bear owl monster thing, but Tom's got your back too. So just be safe out there. And I'm gonna cast a healing word on it.
What's the range on healing word? 60?
60 foot.
Okay.
And there's my d4. That's 9 points. of
You
healing.
you see. Actually, make a perception check. Since you are 60 feet away at night.
13.
Okay. You see the obvious gash marks and missing feathers on its front paw, or its entire front arm, immediately heal up, and the blood stops running down. And it looks like it notices it and stands up. You see the kind of, you would only describe it as corruption. You see this stuff on the back part recede. And then immediately after the effects of the spell ends, it looks like it starts creeping again up the back of it. As the owlbear like notices what just happened and start like kind of limping more towards its cubs away from you guys. So it's or away from just you. So it's about, I'd say, 70 feet away at this point.
I'm gonna try and find like I'm gonna give like a little bit of a whistle. Hey, Zaboon. Hey,
What's going on? What's up?
I mean, it's nothing major, but there's this big owl bear that just came wandering out, and it looks like, I don't know, but I think maybe somebody was like hunting what poison, which is honestly, it's kind of fucked up. And I was trying to help it from here, but it's a little far away, so I can't does that. I need to get close to it, but I didn't want to be getting close to an owl bear that's injured without somebody else awake in case it tries to eat me.
I understand completely. And I reach over, pick up my shield and my warhammer, and I walk over to join him.
I'm gonna try and find some jerky or just travel cured meat in my pack, and really carefully make it 15 or 20 feet closer to the owlbear.
Okay.
Hey, could you want to come here and try and wave the food?
I'd say make an animal handling check.
Okay. Hold. That's another 19. I'm so excited.
Damn.
This dice I haven't. This is the dice Sage gave me for Christmas.
The tiny
It's
one?
winning. Not the tiny one.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that one's evil because I can't read it without all my lights on. Yeah, literally to use that dice, I have to have my camera light on, my backlight on, and my ceiling light on, or else I can't see it.
Scott's an old man.
It's so tiny and it reflects light poorly. 23.
You walk over with the jerky in hand,
Mhm.
and as you can feel the grass kind of crunch and squish underneath your feet, and with every step you take, that kind of pounding sensation of you're walking closer to an owlbear sets in, right? It's doing the thing that most animals do, where it's just standing its ground looking at you while you walk closer, and you see one of the cubs actually, like, it looks like has caught scent of whatever jerky you have and starts like galloping towards you, but immediately you hear like a small grunt from the mom as it, like, its beak just kind of clamps down onto the back of the neck of this thing and like places it behind it as one of the cubs, like, and the cub looks like it just kind of got put in timeout. It just sits down, almost like a panda, where it's just like throwing its arms around. But they are just standing and looking at you as you walk up.
I'm gonna, like, very slowly, like over the course of like 30 seconds to a minute, make my way within about like 10 feet of the owlbear.
Every time you take another couple steps, one of the cubs looks like it's trying to make its way back again, and like either the beak or the massive like feathered paw moves the cub out of the way and behind the mom again.
When I'm at the 10 feet, I'm gonna like just toss the jerky over towards them.
I'd say make another animal handling check, this time with advantage though.
Okay. I needed it that time because the die that I've been rolling was a 3.
It said
So
not
it's
this time.
It's a 15.
The act of you throwing something towards these things,
Yeah, it's like a little underhanded toss.
yeah, it does, like, it looks like it gets ready to charge for a second, and then the jerky just kind of lands in front of it, and then it starts smelling the air, and then one of the cubs starts walking ahead, and it doesn't look like it stops the cub. It looks like the cub just kind of takes the jerky and runs back. The bear was sitting down at this point as you were kind of like walking towards it, and then it gets back up, and it starts to nudge its cubs, and the cubs start moving away from you as they're kind of fighting over the jerky in their mouths. You see the mom, you're about like 10 feet now away from this thing, as the mom doesn't turn its back to you, but starts limping away.
I'm gonna... Does it, like, she's like trying to leave again?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, hey, you don't understand me. Please wait. And I'm like trying to like slowly move closer and very much angling myself, so I'm moving closer to her but further away from the cubs, like I'm like sidestepping.
Okay. Getting this close to an owlbear before, I don't think you've ever been this close to an owlbear before, depending on your character.
Grayson is like freaked the fuck out.
This thing is, I mean, everyone's seen a picture of an owlbear. You know, like, everyone knows what they are. This thing on all fours stands about 8 feet tall. You yourself are almost 4 feet tall. So even a regular sized person will be dwarfed by this thing. Well, halflinged by this thing. And as you're getting a little bit closer, you're about, like, you come up to maybe a head or two above the cubs themselves, right? The mother looks like, as you're kind of side skirting, it looks like she's not making any further attempt. Like, she's just kind of limping away at her own speed. She's not like rushing or anything, but she also isn't attacking you.
Okay.
As Zaboon stands in the back, just shield ready, mace ready, or hammer ready.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna charge as soon as it does something funny.
I'm trying to look. I'm like pointing at the leg and pointing at me as though this is gonna help with the creature.
make an animal handling check.
This is what happens when you send a city boy out to deal with an animal.
Straight animal handling check. Normally would be disadvantaged, but you've not
It's a
attacked and you've given
14.
food. 14. She at this point she actually does turn her head away from you and just start like limping away. She's not like eye contact, making sure you're not moving. She just kind of like turns away and starts moving away.
Now that I'm like close enough, like closer, can I try and do like another look at this wound since I'm like?
Yeah, I'd say you can make another medicine check. This time advantage though, since you're closer.
Okay. So at the very natural 20.
Jesus Christ.
That's a 26.
I mean, I don't think you needed the 26, but uh, you've seen poisons effect. Like you've seen the whatever kind of poisons. You've seen some pretty nasty poisons with your line of work. You've actually cured a few poisons that probably were uncurable with your newfound power. This thing doesn't look like it's been poisoned. It doesn't match any kind of poison you've ever seen. This thing, now that you're close to it, it's not just like a blackened, charred look to it. You can see underneath, the feathers are very sparse here. It looks like it's only plumage underneath, just that fluffy feather, not the big thick ones. And underneath you can see along the blackened skin, you can see like weird little, the veins look almost, what's it called when you can see your veins through your skin?
Vascular.
Uh,
Or varicose.
yeah, like varicose,
Varicose veins.
but they're like illuminated. You can see like pulsing blue and purple through them. And as you're looking at it, you can actually see it creep a little bit farther along. Very slow, but you can see it creep a little bit and then stop. As the owlbear continues to just kind of hobble away.
Huh. All right. And then, like, kind of in halfling again. Tom, what the hell is going on? This is some weird shit. And I like walk back, head hug a little low, just stuffing my pipe a little over full.
Okay.
Did
Is a
something happen?
Yeah, it had a wound on its back leg. I tried to heal it a little bit, but it looked like poison. I got close to it.
What do you think
It was
done
like,
it?
well, so here's the thing. It looked like it was like underneath the skin. Like there was something weird coursing through its veins back there. Rick, did this look anything like anything that was happening with the halfling, or that was like the wolf monster? Like, did he look like any part of his like weird transformation look anything like that?
You don't recall it looking anything like this.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it could be some new fangled bit like magic poison, but it could be maybe a magic disease thing. It could be a lot of things. Maybe it's an owlbear thing. I don't know a lot about owlbears. Do you?
Well, whatever it is, we might find out more at the Capitol. We should probably tell them too.
Yeah. I'll fill everybody in the morning. I didn't want to wake up the whole camp. I just didn't want to. I didn't want you guys waking up and be like, "Oh man, that little guy got eaten by a bear." So
Yes, that would be terrible.
it'd be a pretty like, I've been through some like weird stuff in my day, and like 2 days ago we fought a wolf monster and an orb that tried to melt a town. So eaten by bear that I actively approach would be the worst way to go.
Yeah, that'd be kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got another like hour or two of sleep before it's next watch if you want to hit the hay. You're welcome to hang out with me. I got another pipe if you want one.
No
Sure,
thanks. I don't partake, but I might as well stay up now.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, by the way.
It's no problem at all.
I'll just go back to my my little stump and kind of chit chat with Zaboon if he's up for it. Chill until it's next watch time.
Okay. You guys head back. The rest of the hour is uneventful, except for the random small animals coming back and forth. You actually do see a couple of rabbits make their way into your camp before noticing that none of you are just logs or whatever, and like hurriedly scurrying out. Next watch. Who's next watch?
I'll take the next watch.
All right. Make a perception check.
16.
If everybody else is asleep, the only thing you really notice is 16. Yeah. The only thing you really notice is you can see you're closer to the coast than you have been in the town, so you can see like it looks like along the coastline, along the horizon, you can actually see over like an hour or two a tiny little light move from one end to the other, and it looks like there are a couple of passing ships in the horizon. But that's the most that you see on your very uneventful night. Who's got next watch?
I can take the next watch.
All right. Make a perception check.
That's a 17.
17. Ooh. Ooh.
I didn't like that.
Zaboon, you wake up Arthur. Arthur, your watch, for the first like 20 or 30 minutes, you're just kind of getting ready, you know, you're settled. You do whatever you need to do to get yourself in that kind of the patrol duty that you do so often. And you hear something that you don't want to hear at night when all of your friends are all of your newly made acquaintances are asleep, which is not heavy, but fast, not running footsteps in the grass. And you can hear them, and then you start to hear, with 17, you start to hear mumbling.
I quickly gather my things, kind of like get low and try to look out to see if I can see what this thing is.
Okay. You gather yourself. You get low. You almost like you're getting ready to jump into a fight, jump into battle. And immediately you see movement coming from the direction that you guys are actually headed in, down the road. The moonlight kind of shines down, and it's no longer silhouetted. You can see a person walking not towards you, like, you know, making their way towards you, but on the road that you guys were on, or just off the road. They're walking in the grass just off the road that you guys were traveling on, walking, it looks like, towards Crow's Beak. Kind of like a fast pace, but not walking.
And they're kind of just going past us at this point. They're not gonna like hit us.
It looks like you can hear them mumbling to themselves, and you can see them just walking, like speed walking, but it doesn't look like they're walking towards you. You can see them turn towards you, stop mumbling to themselves, give you a little wave. It looks like, you know, they're walking high, and then it looks like they just keep going.
Everything okay?
When you say that, the person just stops and like tosses their head back and looks back at you. I'd say make another perception check as you're looking at this person.
16.
16. It looks like they are tiefling. They have it looked like hair at first, but their horns kind of follow their scalp and like point back a little bit. Shaved completely bald. Actually, shaved completely bald. They have no facial hair, no eyebrows, and it looks like they have nicks all over their skin, and you can see it looks like nicks everywhere else on their body, because this person that turns to you is completely nude as they turn towards you and just kind of give you another wave. Yeah, it's all right. Should be good.
Good to hear. All right, where you heading?
Next town. What is it? I think it's Crow's Beak. That's right. Yeah, should be good. Should be fine. Hey, you haven't got kind of undergarments, do you?
No. I'm wearing my only pair, actually.
Nah, of course. Why would you? All right. Thank you very much, sir. As he just kind of turns on heel and just continues to walk away from you guys.
Have a safe night.
He just kind of gives you like the Pokemon wave, like a yep, sure, and then continues on.
Should have never left home. and I'll sit down. Should have never left.
Is that your watch goes for the rest of it? Just nothing at all happens for the rest of your watch for the next like 2 or 3 hours. Nothing at all. That was one of my favorite encounters, and I love that it might just have to come back later. Who's next watch? Who's last watch?
Edna.
Oh yeah, because Zabuna already went. That's right. Edna.
Yep.
You are well.
What time of day is this watch? Like, what's the?
So, you guys would have had to. It was like sunset was 8 p.m. ish, 8-9. You will be getting up like just before sunset, so it's gonna be like 5 or 6.
Perfect. Yeah, she wakes up naturally anyway.
Okay. Yeah, she's just awake. Arthur, you gotta wake her up, but she's just awake already.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Yeah, you get your last little bit of couple hours of sleep. Edna, make a perception check.
Let's see. Oh, okay. That is a 15.
15. You actually, now that the sun has begun to rise about an hour into your watch, you can actually see a lot of like the dew has started to set on the ground. The grass is, some of the flowers are opening with the sun. It's a very nice, this whole area, Astor Valley and Treesmore in general is one of the more like, I was gonna say beautiful areas, but like, there's a lot of beautiful areas everywhere, but it is very known for its picturesque areas. And this place is no different. This meadow is no different. You see a lot of. You can actually see now the ships kind of doing that weird, blurry kind of what is it, like the mirage thing where it looks like they're hovering, but there's a lot of them. It looks like you're kind of near a trade route, and you can see a lot of. It looks like a lot of animals have woken up, and most of your watch goes either uneventful or however you would consider this eventful. Nothing threatening.
Perfect. We're in a meadow, you said?
It's like you're about maybe 2 or 3 miles away from the bottom of a mountain, but then after that, like the forest starts, and then it's like maybe a mile of forest. But you guys are in this kind of meadow, and then like maybe a mile out is where the coast starts.
During my watch, can I also walk around and look for common tea plants, like mint or lavender or whatever I can find in this meadow?
Yeah, I'd say either make a nature check with advantage or just a regular investigation check.
Okay.
I'm looking at all of your character sheets, so that I'm trying to balance these checks.
Okay. It's not a great roll, but my investigation is +5, so flat 10.
Okay. You find a lot of dandelions, a whole lot of dandelions. You find a couple of things that can be made into tea, but you probably should have a professional do it. But other than that, you do find like a good amount of dandelions.
Cool. I will gather up a decent amount, not an obscene amount, because I have to leave some for the environment.
I need this sack of dandelions.
Tie them up, get them ready to dry. Maybe put them near the fire so they dry out a little faster.
Okay.
Make a fire.
And then I did.
Yeah, tiny one.
Yeah, tiny one. And then like an hour before I think people are gonna wake up, I will start making a small breakfast.
Okay. You all get a full night's rest. You can recover any kind of hit points or spell slots. And everybody wakes up to the smell of whatever Edna is cooking.
Is whatever I have.
Dandelions.
Yeah, just
Not dandelions.
charred dandelions.
Thanks.
You see them next to the fire drying out, but no, it's I don't know, what kind of rations do people have? A little bit of meat and broth. those
Yeah, it's-
things.
Yeah, travel breakfast.
Yeah, bread.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
How was your watches?
Eh,
Uh,
interesting.
oh, yours too. What happened on yours?
Just kind of weird to explain, but I witnessed a naked tiefling, completely bald, kind of power walking towards Crowsbeak.
Oh dear.
Didn't get a name. All he asked for was maybe some like clothes, but kind of didn't want him to get close to us, so just kind of told him no, and he went on his way. But
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not very strange when I realized we're on the road. Back home, that happens like every Thursday. Like, or basically anytime anybody gets paid.
yeah, that was a first for me, I think.
I wonder if he was robbed. How strange.
Normally, where I'm from, it's because you lost the bet.
Well, how was the rest of your watches?
Well, I seen an owl bear with its cubs, and that was kind of normal. But I'm a little concerned about so it was injured, and I tried to heal it up a bit, and the wound was weird. I got close enough to give it a look, and it was like all veiny and throbbing and kind of like it was spreading rapidly through it. Even like a venom or a poison can spread real quick, but it doesn't change the color of your veins and make them super visible like that. So I want to say it, but I'm thinking maybe it's some kind of magical malady, and I don't know. A little worried about that.
Have I heard anything about that? Anything like glowing veins?
I'd say you can make a history check.
Oh, history's good.
Oh.
Oh, only 18 because I rolled 13, but
Only 18.
yeah.
Edna's read a lot about maladies, and like not to the point of having a doctorate on it, but you're versed in that kind of stuff. The only thing that would match anything that Grayson just said would be very, very old stuff, but like it's kind of making sense now that since it's associated with the arcane, this kind of ailments, that it would kind of be doing this now. Same thing that you thought with the werewolf or the lycanthropy kind of thing, where it was really only a popular while ago, like a long time ago. But it's kind of the same thing now, where it was a long time ago, but you have read about arcane ailments and kind of corruption in creatures. There are many different kinds.
Well, it's not completely unheard of. It's very old, but I mean, we're gonna come across a lot of things like that, I think. Did any feathers fall off of it or anything? Maybe I could search for, or
No, it didn't look like
feel
it
for?
was leaving much of anything behind or like falling apart or nothing.
I was going to see if there was any magical traces left in it.
I
Well,
mean, you can make an investigation check if you want.
sure. Could you point me in the direction that you saw it?
Yeah, it was over here, and I will walk her over to like where we were standing.
Okay. Yeah, just a regular investigation, not like advantage or anything. Hey, camera, why you do this?
Just
Okay,
reasons.
well, that's an at 1, so.
No, you don't find shit. What's an
It-
owlbear?
It was a 13, and then it was just like, nope.
Where? Edna, you don't know where you are.
Like, I get a little turned around and just keep walking past where he shows me.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what was I doing? Oh right, d- um.
We're just gonna have blurry Rick for the
Well,
rest.
I don't see any feathers or anything. I'll just keep it in mind and take out my book and the quill appears and start writing in notes.
Okay. Is that all you guys look for? Sorry, I'm trying to get this fucking camera back in focus. You little shit.
It's funny. I looked down because a friend texted me needing help with a D&D thing, funny enough. And I look up and I just see Rick, like, moving things to and from the camera.
Just fucking focus on me. Anyway,
Did you try tapping it?
You
Nah,
have a book but to fully cover it and then move it.
I have my wallet. We'll be blurry Rick for the last 10 minutes or so. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you don't find anything eventful in the grass.
Well, that was a weird night. Everybody good? Everybody ready to hit the road? Feeling full?
Yes.
Ready to walk?
Yeah.
I'm all
Cool.
set.
How do they get back home?
Edna packs up her little cooking pot.
Okay.
Paul, you holding up all right? I know, like, the first day or two of travel, weird. It's a lot of walking.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling a little bit better about this today. I've only gone camping a few times, if you can believe it. As he's like packing his stuff back into his bag, it's rolling back up his bedroll.
Same here. Is really not my forte. But gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, on the road again. Right?
Gruick, while you're talking about that, Gruick is like stamping out the fire that he's caused over by the little plot that he made, and he's walking back over. He looks like he's slinging something over his shoulder. It looks like he has on a rope a dangling dead rabbit on the back of him. All right, I've got breakfast. Oh, you've already made. Okay, well, hey, lunch for the rest of the day. Okay, we're good.
That was good thinking. Then I guess we head out.
As you guys head out, everybody make perception checks real quick.
Natural 20.
Yeah, 16.
16
For a
also.
total of 20.
8.
Everybody but Zaboon. Well, actually, I mean, I to an extent Zaboon, but everybody but Zaboon, you notice more of a little bit of an intricacies. On your walk for the first for the first few hours, no matter what you're like, depending on what you guys talk about or how fast you walk or anything like that, for the first like 4 or 5 hours of this walk, it's pretty uneventful. You don't see anybody pass you. There's no splitting roads. This looks like you're at the point where at the base of the mountain, you're only like maybe 2 or 3 miles from the base of the mountain at this point, so you can see it. It's kind of like when you're in Switzerland and you can just kind of look and see the Alps. You guys are just walking along these this very well maintained at this point road. It's very fine cobblestone, and it looks like it's matches Arthur. You've actually actually everyone but Zaboon again. Arthur, Edna, and Grayson. You're all from big cities, and it kind of matches that. But you don't. You know you're not near any big city. The summer air that you've been feeling this entire time walking down this road is starting to get a little bit chilled, a little bit nippy. And all of you start to notice, well actually all of you notice that, but everybody but Zaboon starts to notice that the grass around you is, while you're walking, you double take a couple of times over the next like 20 or 30 minutes, just kind of walking and continuing to go. But the grass around you is getting like it's browning. And the air gets a little bit more chilled, and at one point, like the cobblestone walls, the stone built walls, that are lining this road, like every now and then, with like even some have lanterns at this point. Some of the stone has a little bit of frost on the moss that's grown on them. And you can actually, about an hour in, which is when everybody starts to notice something a little bit weird, is some conversation is happening, and you notice that you can start to see your breath.
Hey, Arthur.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're from the capital, right?
Yes, sir.
Was this like this like 2 days ago? Is it always like this? Like when you just came here? Was it all, midsummer, winter wonderland?
Assume no, Rick, right?
It wasn't. It was actually pretty deep into summer.
Yeah. No. This is different.
Well, all right. So as a group, we agree this is weird.
Very.
Oh, very weird. I'm gonna check for some magical traces, and I'll start to ritually cast detect magic as we walk.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything while that's being done?
Arthur is going to look very hard at the surroundings and divine sense.
Ooh. What are you divine sensing?
I can.
I think you have to
anything
choose
good.
between something, right?
No, you can just detect anything good or evil, anything affected by the hollow spell.
What am I thinking
And-
of? I'm thinking of primeval awareness. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Celestial fiends and undead. 60 feet.
Oh yeah, celestial, fey, fiend, undead. You don't detect any of that.
Okay.
But as you guys are just walking, I'd say make a also, Arthur, make either an investigation or perception, because it's up to you, because you said you're looking hard at the surroundings, you're maintaining the surroundings. So it's up to you what you want to do that with.
Investigation. That's 18 plus 2. That is a flaccid 20.
So a flaccid little 20 there. You guys, as you're continuing to walk and noticing this, it actually starts to get to a point where like you kind of have to, pop your collar up and roll your sleeves down if they were up, and then kind of like put a cloak on a little bit. It's cold. And Arthur, you see amongst the hills and the foothills of this mountain, the various trees look to be snapped and broken in the distance, about maybe like several hundred feet away. And then you start to see frost along the ground, like pretty far. Not near you guys at all right now. And then you see a lump of white that looked like ice at first, but as you guys continue to walk a little bit, you see a very, to you, Arthur, and maybe to other people, but definitely to Arthur because of your position, you see a very familiar sight of gleaming white scales just kind of lumped on the ground about 200 or 300 feet in the distance.
Everyone.
Edna, your detect magic would go off. The spell pops off. You don't detect any kind of magic besides you guys in the immediate vicinity. 30 feet, I think.
Yep, 30
Yeah.
feet. It doesn't feel like there's anything magical within 30 feet of us, but I'll keep it up for the next 10 minutes in case we come across something.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else sees this.
Uh,
Or there's something ahead of us.
if Arthur points it out, you guys could see it now in the distance.
Is it on the road or off to the side? I'm sorry.
It looks like it's both. It looks like it's both, like off to the side, maybe 30 feet off the side, but also you now see it doesn't look like a snowbank is coming off onto the road. It looks like the tail of whatever this thing is kind of on the road.
Mouth open, and it touches her chest for mage armor, and out comes my knitted shawl.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm kind of cold too, and I like start pulling my blanket out of my my backpack. What is that, dude? Is it a thing? Is that like a lizard? Is it a big lizard?
It's definitely a big lizard.
Grook, can you talk to like big lizards? I don't know. Something?
That's not a dragon, right? It can't be a dragon, right?
No, they're all in the Empire. There's no one there is.
Yeah, I
Wait.
think that's a dragon.
Nah, there's no way it's a dragon. And Grayson's gonna walk up to like kind of around it, like a little bit, and try to look.
You just start walking up to it.
Oh,
Make a perception check.
Gruik, that's not a dragon, right?
9.
9. Gruick, like, kind of, he's about the size of Grayson, and he like tries to like straighten himself up and get a better look over the horizon. Hey, and he looks at himself. Hey, it looks like we have both the scales, and he starts fiddling with one of his scales. It's different color, but you know.
Can you speak Draconic?
Oh yeah, you no, and he starts speaking like it sounds like very fluent Draconic to you.
what does he say?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I do speak Draconic
Yeah,
too.
so do I.
I forgot.
He says, yeah, no, I studied at the Capitol for a very long time. Fuck those guys though.
Oh, you speak very fluently. I had no idea. In
Uh,
Draconic.
Well, in Draconic he says, yeah, no, I have a degree in engineering, and then I also have a degree in human sciences. But the humans are really weird. I'm not sure, you know what. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Oh, yeah. I'm not offended. I'm actually a 1/3 or to a quarter elf, actually.
All this happening in Draconic. He's just, oh wow, no, I have a cousin who actually married an elf. He's we don't talk to him much.
So this is happening while Grayson is walking up.
Yeah, yep.
to town. Okay.
Where is the? Does it have a head? Is it just the tail? It
Uh,
just keeps going.
As you get closer and closer to it, it gets colder and colder, and you can actually see. What was your perception? 13?
9.
No, oh, 9. Okay. You can actually see. It looks like parts of it are like covered in thick, hard ice, and it. With a 9, you don't know if it's like moving or not. You can't see its head. You can just see its tail kind of creeping over the road. About at this, how close would you like to get to it?
Oh, I think he got within like 20 feet. It's one of those
Oh.
things where you've gotten closer and it's lost perspective.
Okay, yeah. It's you're closer. You're not sure what you're looking at. There's trees broken in front of it. Like, you know, parts of it are hanging over. You're not sure. It does look like there's a bit of a crater by it, so it looks. You could discern just from that. It looks like there's been like some kind of crash landing, but you're not sure what this thing like where.
I'm gonna just climb over to continue the road. I don't know. You guys could.
You guys watch Grayson like almost half a football field away. Just kind of like step over this thing's tail and get kind of closer look. Getting this close to it, you don't have to have a perception check at all. It looks like parts of it are gashed open, and you can see like bones and stuff on the inside. But they are covered in clear, thick ice. You can see its head kind of hangs over a giant boulder with its jaw agape, its eyes kind of rolled back, and it looks like the midsection has been torn open completely.
This thing definitely did.
It looks definitely dead, almost torn open, almost like autopsy style.
Hey everyone, I think something ripped it open. The big lizard thing. It's dead.
Seeing that he is climbing on it and not dying and it's not moving, I guess we continue to walk
Yeah.
forward.
You guys continue forward on, and it is in fact a very. You would almost assume, judging by just everyone's common knowledge of dragons, that Dragon Empire is to the north. You guys know sizes roughly. This thing is a fully adult white dragon.
Oh. Oh.
Just lying dead on the side of the road, half on the side of the road, blocking part of it.
Try and figure out. Can we? Does anybody realize how it might have died? And I'll start
can
looking
give it a
around as I talk
Kind of
out
looks
loud
like
too.
it was ripped open. As I point to the gaping hole in its chest.
My question is, did it fight a dragon?
I'd say make an investigation or medicine check, depending on whatever one you think Edna would use.
if you're doing medicine, I will assist Edna with it.
Investigation, actually.
Okay.
Always investigating.
Oh yeah, she is the investigative type.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16. Edna kind of like goes into. She's read so many crime stories. All those the fiction section
Checks
is
out.
the fiction section of the Salda College is crazy big. You see just little things like just doing that thing that when you watch too many of those things and you're like, oh, I could solve every problem here. Seeing very obvious things like the cratered drag mark in the ground, the dirt and stone that's been tossed up, the trees that are broken. It's probably a crash landing. And you start looking at the wounds on it. The wounds on it don't look like any kind of animals that you've ever seen. They're small. And then you look at the cut, and the cut is very precise. And you see along the grounds there's a lot of blood, but it doesn't look like... you see the blood of this dragon actually freezing. And this blood isn't freezing. It's frozen now, but it doesn't look like it's the blood of the dragon. And you see on the inside of it, just kind of peering in, there are some things missing on the inside of this dragon.
Like organs?
There are definitely missing organs on the inside of this dragon.
This dragon seems to be missing some vital organs here. I try to think. Have I heard of any spells or rituals that need dragon organs?
You don't even have to make a check for that. A lot of spells, a lot of high-level spells, require like heartstrings of dragons. Just the heart in general. A lot of them also require like the breath sac or whatever it would use. Gruig.
Dear.
Gruig steps up behind you and starts looking inside. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, it was chromatic, so I should not say that kind of thing. But it was probably a dick, right? We all agree?
Well, it was probably from the Empire. I've met one or two. They're dicks.
They're not good people. When they're people, anyway.
Yeah, have you ever seen the metal ones? They are also assholes. How can you be metal and an asshole? It's weird.
I've not met many metal ones.
I saw one once. I had to go near the border. Terrible.
What it missing? You say missing organ.
Yeah, Edna is book out, Quill again going. Oh yeah, it appears that some of the vital organs here are missing. What my concern is these things can be used in very high level spells. So someone very, very high level may have taken these to use for some magical purposes.
Oh shit. That's not good.
No, I'm afraid it's not. We should probably move on to the capital as soon as you guys are ready to leave.
Yeah, dude. Grayson kind of like takes a pause and like looks up in thought for a moment, and like thinks a little out loud. And halfling is like, "Tom, is this your like way of saying that like some real bad shit's coming?" I'm thinking I'm not gonna have a normal priesthood going on. Then I switch to common. I've like I said, I'm kind of an avid reader. Big fan. Various books and histories and stuff. Just based on the last 48 hours, culminating in Dragon dead on the road. I'm thinking that maybe our continued travels are going to be a little dangerous. Do you mind if maybe I try to get enough scales off this thing to make myself, some actual armor when we get to the capital? Because like right now, like this chain thing I have, this is actually just part of my vestments of Tom. I know it's weird, but he's kind of a little bit of a war god, and so we have to wear chainmail as like part of that. So these are not for battle.
Certainly don't mind, and I'm sure they would be very valuable as well.
I doubt, the dragon's gonna need him anymore.
That is also true. Also, we should definitely make sure to tell whoever's in the next town that, like, hey, there's a dragon that is obscuring the entire road.
Yes, definitely.
Because this is going to impact travel and commerce.
Arthur, I'm sure you have a chain of command that you could probably
Yeah.
inform.
I can let some people know.
All right. Gruick, maybe you're a tough guy. You also probably have to deal with scales pretty often, considering you have one.
Oh yeah, no, I shed a lot.
Would you help me maybe find like the small ones and gather up a bunch?
Oh
Could you
yeah,
help me with that?
no, I show you how to take him off very easily. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you, buddy. And me and Gruick smoke and try and take a...
I'd say just really quick, make a nature check to see how well you, with advantage, to see how well you and Gruick can get these things off. Edna,
Yes.
your detect magic senses something faint inside this still remaining stomach of this dragon.
Is it frozen solid completely, or is there a way to kind of?
No, it's kind of like the inside, like you can see into it. It looks like you can go into this thing. It's pretty fucking big too, so even you could go into this thing and like stand up. And enough of the organs are gone. It's kind of like the insides and the edges of this thing are kind of like if you dunk a sweater in water and leave it out to freeze. It's just kind of like frost over everything.
Okay. So, mumbling to herself, "Oh my gosh, what could that be?" And she just kind of walks inside, just right inside it.
like
Raisin like looks and then just goes back to fucking
like,
scale.
like Luke into the bantha. She just walks inside. You're getting closer and closer, and like you can feel the stomach lining of this thing. It's thick, but it's not like you'd have to have an ice pick to get through it. It's kind of like a frozen sweater where it's bendable and malleable, but it's made of glass. But it's coming from inside that stomach.
Yeah, I go straight towards the whatever is.
You just
showing
kind
up
of
as bad.
break
Straight
through
through it.
it.
Yeah.
The smell is fucking awful as it like kind of shoots a little bit of air from the gas, the intestinal air. But as you kind of like rip it open, tons of stuff pours out. You hear clanging of and see all of you hear clanging, but Edna, you see like
I'm okay.
like a small pile of gold spill out of this thing. It's also filled with there's 2 small boxes about this big, and the thing that was piquing your detect magic, it looks like a dagger falls out of this thing's stomach.
She'll take the first armful of things and take it out and put it on the ground and go back in and get the second armful and put
Okay.
it down. Until everything is out. I found some things within it.
Edna is covered in viscera and goop, and she's a mucus trail behind her with like a couple of bones still attached.
I mean no offense by this, but you are the wildest old lady I have ever met.
Oh, no offense taken whatsoever. I found some gold here, and these boxes, and this dagger here is magical. I don't really use daggers, but if one of you are able to, this is here. I will identify it first to tell you what it does exactly, but the
That is a
boxes
thing
weren't
that you
magical
can
too,
do.
right?
What was it?
Were the boxes magical too, or just?
They're not showing anything magical.
Okay, then I'll just pop open the boxes.
As soon as you pop open one of the boxes, you see a very large set of like fine cigars. You place that one down, and you pop open the other box, and immediately your detect magic goes off again. And on the inside of the box, it looks like it's lined with almost a ½ inch of lead around the entire thing. On the inside of this box, it looks like about this big is a rolled up piece of paper.
Grayson, I assume you would like these cigars here.
If you do not mind, that would be fantastic.
I'll unroll the scroll and see what it is.
You unfurl it, and it looks like it's some kind of spell scroll, but it's it's not like a specific spell. Normally when you see spell scrolls, it looks like it's, you know, you go over it and you being you would be able to tell immediately like, oh, this is a spell scroll of invisibility or whatever. It doesn't look like it's a specific spell. It looks like this is a list of a list of spells to cast to get to this bottom spell.
Okay. Figure out what this one is later. It's not something that I recognized immediately. So I'll put that back in the box and put the box down and
Out of quick curiosity, all those coins, are they like, is that us money or is that Empire money? Just
You pick them up, and it does look like it has the side profile of a blue dragon on the coins.
yeah, this dragon was a dick.
gold is gold, though, right? I mean, the bank should still take it and melt it, I would assume.
Yeah, you guys often get Empire money here.
Oh, before you know what? Still kind of talking to herself. You know, before I do this dagger here, I start to prestidige myself clean,
Okay.
and then I will start to ritually cast Identify.
Okay, and I
While
think,
they're still looking through all the stuff.
or is it only one a day that you get to do that ritual thing?
Oh, it is one a day, but I will use it now. You're right.
Oh, okay.
So an action then.
Yeah, so you instantly get, it is a +1 dagger.
This is a special dagger. It will hit a bit harder, you know. Whoever wants this.
That is a neat trick.
I'm not a fan of daggers.
Yeah, I'm more of the blunt kind of weapon user.
I'm forgetting the boy's name. Paul. Do you use a dagger or?
No, I've never. He kind of like, as soon as you kind of like hand it towards him, he's like, no, I've never. I don't fight. I don't do anything like that.
Ruick,
I
I
mean-
assume that you just prefer your teeth.
He's just like, he's picking his teeth with his claw. Oh no, I have many dagger right there. You.
I mean, if absolutely no one wants it, I'll give it a try. Because currently I just have this hammer and crossbow that you guys lent me.
Sure.
Okay.
You said that
Great.
you could play darts. I'm sure it's not very different to throw.
Yeah, it actually is, but we have played with knives before. Much higher stakes game.
Well,
okay.
Give it a try.
Sure. Grace is like looking at his like just robes and vestments over his like little bit of chainmail, being like, "Where do I hang a dagger?" Like he already has like the hammer just like hanging off his backpack, and the crossbow is just like also hanging out the other side. He is not equipped for this.
I guess I'll count out the gold and split it among us too.
There's 60 gold among the gold that you could find. It looks like it was in, when you pulled it out, it looks like it was in some kind of dissolved leather sack. But the sack is absolutely no longer able to hold anything. But yeah, 60 gold.
Are we giving money to Paul?
He deserves money, right?
That's 10 each.
Yeah. So I couldn't remember how many there were of us. 10 each then.
Gruick kind of like just surprisingly take. Oh, yeah, okay, yes. Consider your payment secure then.
Oh, amazing! Thank you. You're here with us. You helping with scales. You deserve a piece too.
As he rips the other scale off. Oh, yeah, you know, it's all in days' work.
And I got an 18 on that. Thank God for the advantage, because my initial roll was a 2.
Yeah, you get like the biggest scales you can find are like, you know, softball size scales that are still intact. And you get a good like with an 18, you get a good like 3 feet of skin with good scales on there.
Cool. Yeah, and then just gonna kind of not like totally sure about how to like keep it like from going bad. I cast Spare the Dying on it and it opened up.
Disgusting. But sure. Gruick hops down, starts like wiping himself off. All right, this thing is no threat. We good to keep going? It is fucking freezing here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Road cigar.
Road cigar.
And I offer him one.
He takes one, gives a little bit of a to light it, and you guys continue on the road. Weirdly enough, you continue on the road that looks like it's still frosty and frozen. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Things are getting weird, guys.
Dragon tummies have gold.
Bada bing, bada boom. They do. They always have gold. Oh.
Edna's always gonna check dragon stomachs for gold now.
If you can get there.
What do you mean? She walked right in.
Oh yeah, every other dragon's gonna be the same thing too. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is fun.
Yeah, this is getting good, guys. This is you're opening up a whole bunch of plot threads. You're getting into places like dragon stomachs.
Yeah, it's not where I expected session 3 to go.
Did you guys have fun though? Did you guys have fun with the D&D,
Yeah.
with the Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
That's the point. All right, guys.
Oh,
Anything you guys want to say before we give this to somebody else?
see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
next
week. Next
Do it
week.
again.
All right.
Who are we gonna give this to? Who are we gonna give this to? Oh, Germ's
Tune in next week to see what else Edna can walk into.
on.
Edna walked into a
Everybody go say hi to Germ. He's playing Among Us. He's doing some Amogus. We're gonna be back next week, normal time, 8 p.m. Hopefully normal time. But thanks for chilling, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the follow, James. Thank you for the follow. We're not gonna mention Sport 1809. But thanks for the follow, James. I don't think he's still here right now. But everybody go say hi to Germ. Get your emotes ready. All right, bye-bye. Thank you. We'll be back next week. Love you guys. Awesome.
Bye.
Yeah, could be evil guesser trying to get the Claire's nice guesser by
Other scenario.
All right.